the American League West race, but this month is still vital to the future of the franchise. The young players who make up the core of the club are proving that there's plenty to look forward to in 2012. Today on Labor Day, the Green and Gold open up a 3-game series against a Kansas City team that is loaded with young talent, has the Royals' future looking very bright. The red-hot A's behind Rich Hart look to add on to their 4-game winning streak. It's Labor Day baseball. A's-Royals next. Tailgating on Labor Day at the ballpark. Nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful day for baseball, and we hope you're enjoying this Labor Day as the A's get set to take on the Kansas City Royals. The A's are playing good baseball. They've won 4 in a row. So it's the first of a 3-game set from the O.Co Coliseum. It's the Oakland A's playing host to the Kansas City Royals. You'll see today's game right here on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball along with Ray Fosse. I'm Glenn Kuiper. Hope you're having a great Labor Day holiday. Well, the Kansas City Royals are in town. Not a very good record, but one thing they can do is hit the baseball rain. At the top of the order, Alex Gordon, a young man, high draft pick. He's finally figured it all out.
You know, we were in spring training when they announced that he was going to be the third baseman, not the outfielder. He put a lot of pressure on himself because they said this kid's going to be the next George Brett. That's a lot of pressure, but he has since moved to the outfield. He has 20 assists playing left field for the Kansas City Royals. Tremendous outfield, and this was after being a third baseman, but he also is swinging the bat. 20 home runs, just one of a few, several actually, great young players on this ball club of the Kansas City Royals. They are going to be great in the future, especially if they can get some pitching.
So that good offense by the Royals will go up against Rich Harden. Harden's last 2 starts have been on the road. The last time he pitched here, he was very good against Toronto.
Well, he beat the Blue Jays for the second time. Of course, being from Canada, that was special for him. But Rich Harden, there's nobody better when he has his fastball working and his tremendous changeup. A 2-pitch pitcher, essentially, he can get by with it because his changeup is the best in baseball. And I think from Rich Harden's standpoint, he loves pitching at the Coliseum. We'll see how that works today. But also, if he stays healthy, to me, there's no better pitcher in all of baseball.
So the A's haven't lost yet in September. They hope to finish this season strong and wrap up the month of September on a high note, starting with the Kansas City Royals. Labor Day baseball from the Coliseum is coming up.
is brought to you by AT&T and by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Hope you're enjoying your Labor Day as we bring you Labor Day baseball from the O.Co Coliseum. It's a gorgeous day, and it's the Kansas City Royals and the Oakland A's, the first of a 3-game series. A's taking the field in the all-white uniforms. Here is the noontime weather for today. It's brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission is free and the boardwalk is open this weekend. 64 degrees and not a cloud in the sky. So a nice day for baseball with the Royals in town. And the A's sitting on a 4-game winning streak. They won the final game in Cleveland on Thursday and then swept the Seattle Mariners over the weekend here at the Coliseum. So the A's trying to build on that winning streak. Here is the Kansas City Royals lineup for today's game. It's a pretty good one. Alex Gordon in left, Melky Cabrera in center. Billy Butler's the DH. Eric Hosmer, the fine rookie, is in the cleanup spot. Jeff Francoeur having a very fine season. Mike Moustakas at third. Johnny Giavotella is the second baseman. Salvador Perez, the young catcher. And Alcides Escobar is the shortstop.
Rich Harden making his first start against the Royals this season, but 2-0, perfect against them, pitching here at the Coliseum. For Rich Harden, his last 2 starts. Boy, you talk about strange starts. He started the game in New York in which the A's lost 22-9, and then he started the 16-inning game in Cleveland. The A's lost that in extra innings. For Rich Harden, he has not won since the Toronto start here, so let's hope today he returns to the Coliseum and pitches as well as he usually does.
A's defense today, it has Willingham in left, Sweeney in center, and DeJesus in right. Sizemore, Pennington on the left side, Weeks and Allen on the right side, and Kurt Suzuki is the catcher. So Rich Harden is ready. So are we for game 1 of this 3-game series. Alex Gordon steps in. Harden kicks, and the first pitch of the ball game is inside with an 89-mile-an-hour fastball.
What we have seen from Rich Harden, he is in the 88 to 90 mile per hour range early, but as he loosens, and then the velocity starts to rise quickly.
Gordon, Cabrera, and Butler, top 3 in the Kansas City Royals lineup. For the Royals, they just lost 2 out of 3 at home to the Indians, and this is the start of a 7-game road trip for them. They'll play 3 here in Oakland, and then they will go to Seattle for 4.
There's a good changeup. Boy, he has a good one. 3 fastballs topped out at 90, and then here comes the changeup, perfectly thrown in the middle of the plate, going straight down.
Good fastball, and Gordon strikes out to start the game.
In the Dodge Charger keys to the game. Of course, yes, beware of the youthful Royals because they definitely can hit. They get some pitching. Who knows what they can do in the Central Division. And for the A's offense, at least 10 hits in 4 of the last 5 games.
So here's Melky Cabrera. Melky Cabrera is having a very fine season. 302, 17 home runs, and 80 runs batted in. And Cabrera shoots that one into left field for a base hit.
When you look at the home run hitters, the top 5 for the Royals, 20, 17, 16, 15, 16. It's pretty impressive for Kansas City Royals in their offense. And Moustakas is not hitting as much as he probably will in the future, maybe not with the power.
Billy Butler, 16 home runs, 80 runs batted in with a .299 average. And the first pitch outside to Butler. The Royals are 58 and 83, and that is the second worst record in the American League. Only the Baltimore Orioles have a worse record But they can score some runs. 6th in the league in runs scored. They steal a lot of bases. 11th in the league in home runs. So they're not a huge home run hitting team, but a pretty decent offensive team with a lot of young players.
Eric Hosmer, Butler relegated to the DH. He prefers to play first base, but Hosmer is a great rookie. Got a chance to see him in Kansas City in his major league debut, turning a 3-6-3 double play, first inning with Matsui hitting.
There's the fine young first baseman. Outside corner, that's a strike. 3-1 to Billy Butler, the DH. Swing and a miss. Butler chased one, and it's a full count.
The changeup and clearly out of the strike zone, but Butler looking fastball 3-1, and that's the way Rich Harden can do it. And he right now can go either way, fastball or the changeup. Just throw it towards the middle of the plate and see what happens.
Runner goes, and it's bounced into right field, a base hit. Cabrera, who has very good speed, makes it easily to third.
Should have thrown the changeup because he did go to the fastball, elevated the velocity, but Billy Butler, pretty smart hitter, takes the 94-mile-an-hour fastball to right field. Cabrera had a good jump, but boy, we have seen very often when Rich Harden has fallen behind and gotten a 3-2 count, if he just throws a changeup in the middle of the plate, he can get a strikeout.
So first and third, one out, and here is Hosmer. Hosmer, 283 with 15 home runs, 63 runs batted in. Remember, he was called up on the 6th of May. And we were there. We saw his major league debut. Well, watching him in batting practice that first day, you could tell why people are excited. Ball jumps off his bat. He backspins balls.
Ned Yost, you just saw the manager. He's very happy with this young club, especially Hosmer.
And that was ripped to left center field, and that's going to drive in one. Billy Butler, not fast at all, is going to get to third. He'll stop there. And Hosmer with an RBI double, and just like that, it's 1-0 Kansas City.
Well, a 2-0 fastball up in the zone, and Hosmer just 15 home runs, but smart hitting. This pitch away, takes it away, and just generates a lot of power, gap to gap. Got the front foot down, and Rich Harden falling behind in this inning, and especially to this hitter, Hosmer, who's batting cleanup for Yost. And that is a sharp double, and now the A's have to try to get the strikeout or a ground ball to the infield.
So Jeff Francoeur steps in, very aggressive hitter. And Francoeur hits one right up the middle into center field, a base hit. Butler scores. Hosmer digging around third. He's going to score, and it's 3-0 Kansas City. So Francoeur goes after the first pitch and hits it right up the middle.
Batting in the 6th position.
A lot of time guys do not want to wait to get the changeup, and he got it first pitch. And the aggressiveness you're talking about, the A's looking for that, but the changeup was left up. So Rich Harden, to say the least, is not pitching as effectively as we have seen him, especially when he's gotten in trouble in the first inning. He has been able to strike out hitters, but with the exception of Gordon, the leadoff hitter, that's it.
Well, what you hope is that he settles down as the game goes on, which he usually does, but you don't want to give up too many early.
Exactly.
There's a strike to Mike Moustakas. Moustakis, the young third baseman, he was called up on the 10th of June. Hosmer and Moustakis, the two guys that most people around baseball talk the most about, at least going into this season. And they're both in the big leagues. Yes, he did. It's Brian Knight down at third.
This is what he saw. And that's a swing.
And that one is a swing as well. Pitch in the dirt. So that's the strikeout for Harden. His second here in the first inning.
Now this is what Rich Harden wants to do. Get ahead. Couple of strikes on the batter and then throw the change up in the middle of the plate. And this is not even close to being a strike. Bounced in front of the plate, or maybe right on top. Kurt Suzuki able to block the ball. Strike three. No throw necessary with first base occupied.
So the first pitch to Johnny Giavotella, second baseman, who's done a nice job. He's having a big year down in the minor leagues.
Got some energy, likes to run. If they had the artificial surface at Kauffman Stadium, he'd be perfect.
Johnny Giavotella, the University of New Orleans. Big year down in AAA Omaha, hitting .338. Behind in the count 0-2 with Francoeur at first. Royals have scored 3 here in the first on 4 hits. That one blocked by Kurt Suzuki.
Kurt Suzuki definitely gets his work in with Rich Harden. If he's throwing the changeup effectively, which he wants it to be down, this one blocked off his chest protector, then almost kicked it, but able to corral it, keep it close to him.
Big swing by Giavotella. Just got a piece of it.
Rich Harden's getting loose with the number of pitches he's thrown in this inning. Fastball right off the mask.
Pitch number 27 here in the first inning for Harden. Your short lead for Francoeur. Swing and a miss. So Harden strikes out 3, but he gives up 3 runs. Bottom of the first coming up. lineup for the Athletics. Weeks, Pennington, Matsui. Willingham de Jesus Allen, Sweeney, Suzuki, and Sizemore.
Felipe Paulino, former Rocky, now a Royal, and for him, trying to hit his fastball. He's got a good one, upper or mid 90s with his fastball, has movement. And there is one of them. It's at 93 first offering. He's got to be pretty happy. Takes the mound. It's the A's for the first time. And got a 3-0 lead. And he might just pump fastballs. You have as good a fastball as he has, then maybe something he will use, at least first time through the batting order.
Paulino is a big guy, 6'2", 270 pounds.
Sure it's not Brad Penny.
He wears the pants up high like Brad Penny. But he got scratched from his last start with some back stiffness, and there was some concern about today. They actually had a reliever on call, ready to go in case Paulino could not get stretched out down in the bullpen, but he seems to be good enough to go. So 1-2 to Weeks. He'll be followed by Pennington and then Matsui. So the A's, lots of time to come back. Weeks lets the bat sail and it heads toward the Royals dugout.
Greg is fast today on Labor Day as Jamal Weeks fortunately foul tipped this ball as the bat's flying into the dugout. September call-off's got a few extra guys in the dugout having to get out of the way. Flying baseball bat.
One's bounced toward the first baseman, Eric Hosmer. Weeks is retired. That's out number one. There's the defense for the Kansas City Royals. It's a good outfield, folks. Gordon, Cabrera, Francoeur. On the infield, Moustakas, Escobar, Gio Botella, and Hosmer. And Salvador Perez is the catcher. So one out for Cliff Pennington. Pennington takes just a bit outside. 15 RBIs in his last 11 games for Pennington. Coco Crisp out of the lineup again today with that sore foot. Sweeney in center field.
Paulino has the full assortment of pitches, the curveball, slider, and changeup to go with his fastball, but again, fastball is a good one.
That's a swing as Brian Knight rings up Pennington. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
Hard slider down and in. Cliff Pennington just had the bat go too far forward. As looked like from our angle that the bat had stayed back, but indeed the top hand took it through far enough for Knight to aim it a strike. Maybe he just likes that right arm to go up. Brian Knight
It went up. It went up quickly. First pitch to Matsui, runs outside. Big series for Matsui over the weekend against the Mariners. 6 for 12. He drove in 3 and scored 7. 7 runs scored. This one skied right center. Hangs up. It's going to be the center fielder, Melky Cabrera, who's under it. Side retired. So Felipe Paulino has a 3-up, 3-down inning. 3-0 Kansas City after 1.
Yes, indeed.
First pitch to Salvador Perez is outside, young catcher. Just 21 years old. Pops this one toward Brandon Allen. And takes care of it.
Well, if Rich Harden can start putting up some zeros, and I think Rich's start in New York is something that any team can look at when team scores a lot of runs against you. Early in the game, you have a lot of time to make up. Well, the A's had a 7-1 lead with Rich on the mound early, and we know what happened in that game. Actually, don't even want to talk about what happened in that game because it didn't turn out very well for the Athletics.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either. I actually completely forgot about it.
Well, if there's one game to forget, that would probably be the game to forget this year.
The Yankees were just showing off.
Yeah, a little bit.
They got a little upset that the A's won the first 2 games. Got to make sure even 7-1 deficit, they were not going to go away slowly.
0-2 to Alcides Escobar. Well, this is the 12th start for Rich Harden. And I'd say maybe 3-4 times, maybe even more than that, Ray. We've seen him struggle a little bit in the early going and then just completely settle down and I don't want to say cruise through the rest of the game, but certainly settle in.
Well, the one thing we'll get him today, if anything, will be the pitch count, which 27 in the first inning. He really has to be economical to stay in the game deep. Blows a fastball by Escobar here, a pitch that was out of the striking zone. Escobar very aggressive.
Swing and a miss by Gordon. What a year for Alex Gordon. Look at the on-base percentage, 375.
That leadoff hitter to have the kind of power that he has. 20 assists in the outfield. A lot of times plays the outfield, they'll run on him because they think he does not have a good arm, but he obviously has proven that he does, and not only a strong arm, but a very accurate one.
Well, he's got 41 doubles. That's the 3rd most in the American League. He's 5th in the league in hits with 166, so he has settled in, but no luck against Rich Harden. A couple of strikeouts, so we're headed to the bottom of the 2nd, 3-0 KC. It's real. 3-0, the Royals lead.
Not that shot.
That's nice. You know what? You could be there on the boat, which would be fun. Here at the ballpark. Not a bad spot either.
Great place to be on a Labor Day, especially what we showed at the beginning of the game, the tailgaters. You see that slime of meat put on the barbecue? Kind of made you want to run out there and share it with them.
Willingham to Jesus and Allen for the A's here in the bottom of the second. Royals scored 3 in the first. Willingham hitting .245. Power numbers 23 and 80 for Willingham. The most RBIs Willingham has had in a season in his career was 89. That was 2007. There's a liner into the glove of Escobar. So 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Here's our true story brought to you by McDonald's. It was yesterday. Royals Mitch Meyer. Check it out. He throws on Carlos Santana at home. It was the 24th time a Royals outfielder has thrown someone out at the plate. Only the 1978 Montreal Expos have more outfield assists at the plate. They had 30 in a single season since 1974, and that's when Major League Baseball just really started tracking the outfield assist record.
74 was it?
46 total. And look at Gordon, Francoeur, and Cabrera. That is very impressive.
Well, nobody's going to run on Francoeur.
No.
I mean, you're foolish if you think about it.
And now Gordon's got the reputation as well.
But Francoeur, I mean, what a gun he's got. And
24 at the plate.
That is amazing.
It does. It sounds amazing, and the record book says that it is.
But I think what the pitching staff should be doing is taking every one of the outfielders out, because you add another 24 on the ERA.
Well, and now, so not only have you thrown out 24 guys at the plate, well, now it's out there.
Sure.
And the third base coach may start stopping guys a little more frequently than maybe they would otherwise. I would say reputation can affect how a third base coach.
Look what they do when Ichiro's in right field. Any ball's hit to right field with Ichiro out there. I mean, he's 10 Gold Glover, and he established his reputation in his first season.
About the first week, right?
Yeah, first. Terrence Long will always be remembered as the guy going first to third, ill-advised when Ichiro threw a bullet to third. And so at that point, third base coaches said, no, don't even think about trying to test his arm. We know what he can do. I think the biggest thing, you have the arm strength, but the accuracy. If you're throwing guys out at the plate, you're throwing them out on the bases, it's one thing to have the strong arm, but when you're as accurate as that guy, Francoeur, and obviously Gordon doing the same thing, actually all the outfielders, it really helps your offense, or your pitching, that is, because teams just won't run as much. So I'd say Ned Yost has a pretty good major league team developing, and probably the best thing they did was sign Jeff Francoeur to a 2-year contract, because here's a veteran that many thought at the trading deadline would be going someplace else, but they recognize his talent, not only in the outfield, but swinging the bat well right in the middle of the lineup, and unfortunately the A's saw that in the first inning.
Moustakas fighting the sun. And he's got it. Yeah, but you talk about Francoeur signing as a veteran. He's only 27 years old.
Exactly.
And he has a chance to, I don't want to say revive his career, but he had a couple down years, but he's always been talented. He has a chance to still become a star.
Absolutely. But 27 is very young in baseball. You're just really kind of maturing at the level of, well, again, I know what he can do defensively. Sure. He's always been able to do that. Struggled a little bit with the bat, and that's why he was sent back to minor leagues. Need veterans, especially you have a lot of young players. You need some veteran leadership, and there's no doubt Francoeur offers that to the Royals.
Now, it's not all well with the Royals. Their pitching continues to be an issue. They're 12th in the league in ERA, 4.5 as a team. They do have some young pitchers that they like a lot. In fact, we'll see one of them tomorrow night, lefty Danny Duffy. But at some point, you got to get people out, and it's been a chore this year for the Royals. Most walks, a lot of home runs. But they will score enough runs, I think. Three and two to Brandon Allen. Checks his swing on that high fastball, 96 miles an hour. So Allen has the 2-out walk.
And Paulino's fastball, especially with a 3-0 lead, there's no doubt he gets a 3-2 count. He's going to rear back and throw it hard.
Seventh position.
The bat by Brandon Allen, who likes to swing the bat, but very patient to draw the walk.
.272 for Sweeney. Takes just a bit outside. Sweeney was 2 for 6 in that series against Seattle. And we had the triple that knocked in a couple of runs. So I'm sure it's nice for Ryan Sweeney to get a stretch of starts in a row. Outside, and now it's 3-0. Paulino retired the first 5, and then he walked Allen and has thrown 3 consecutive balls to Sweeney.
And maybe getting him out of the stretch has helped the A's, especially 3 straight out of the strike zone to Ryan Sweeney.
That one's right in there. Short lead for Allen at first. That's low. Back-to-back 2-out walks. So a scoring opportunity for the Athletics with Suzuki coming up.
And just like that, Kurt Suzuki, it's a 3-run home run. The A's are right back in it.
Number 8, the catcher, Kurt Suzuki.
So one department the A's have lacked a little bit this year as far as the 3-run home run. Somewhere Earl Weaver is saying that's what I like, 3-run home run.
A's with 94 home runs as a team this year. That's 12th out of 14 teams in the American League.
10 times they've gone yard with 2 runners on base. Pennington last against the Mariners. Cliff Pennington said, what did it really feel like for you to get a green light 3-0? He said,
That's right.
Wow. I said, never had one before. Never looked down there and said, saw the green light to hit. And of course, he drove in 2 runs with a double. Usually guys look down and see the green light, jump right out of their shoes. But Bob Melvin has said to the guys, do it. And that's one of the reasons right there. Look where the A's rank offensively. And anytime you figure you're going to get a good pitch to hit 3-0, which normally you do, and you're controlled enough to put a good swing on, let it go.
So 11th in the league in runs scored are the A's. But obviously a lot better lately. I don't want to say turn the switch on, but they certainly have been a different offensive team the last couple months compared to the first 3. Another 0-2 to Kurt Suzuki. A lot of pitches for Paulino in the early going. This will be number 41. take by Suzuki. Hard breaking ball.
Trying to get him chase, and Suzuki has started to swing, but twice now he's held up on the hard slider from Paulino.
Allen at second, Sweeney at first. Broken bat, little flare, and that's going to fall, and the A's are going to get on the board. Allen scores, and Suzuki picks up the RBI single.
When you talk about a shattered bat, target outside, fastball inside, and Paulino missed his target but shattered the bat of Kurt Suzuki. Look at the splinters and ultra mo, and just look at him go. Great shot, but importantly, with Escobar not able to get back quickly enough to handle the jam shot, he's able to score a run.
First pitch to Sizemore. Oh, nice play by Perez.
Helped his pitcher, and that'd have been another run with Sweeney getting the third base on base hit by Suzuki.
Driven to center. Cabrera going back, still going back, and it's off the top of the wall and gone. A 3-run homer, and the A's lead 4-3.
Unbelievable for a ball to hit on top of the wall and have the spin to take it out of the yard. High fastball, and after a slider in the dirt, Sizemore jumped on. Look where the ball hits, on top of the wall and in and over the wall. Because sometimes, depending on how the ball hits, it'll come back, but that had the top spin and rolled in the area behind the fence. Nicely done.
Weeks to left field. Gordon has it side retired, but the A's score 4 times, all with 2 outs. And the final 3 coming on the Sizemore home run, his 9th of the year. Third inning coming up. A's lead 4-3. And just like that, Scott Sizemore with a 3-run homer, giving the A's the lead in the early going. So top of the third, Rich Harden now has a lead.
And Rich Harden has settled down. 5 strikeouts of his first 6 outs.
He always seems to do it. 27 pitches in the first inning, 10 in the second inning.
Melky Cabrera was with the New York Yankees and seasons he had there.
I always liked him.
I know.
Thought he was a pretty good player, and then he went to Atlanta and really was so-so. The Royals, Braves did not re-sign him.
Great for them.
Yeah.
And I want to say he wears the number 53 because of Bobby Abreu. I think they were teammates in New York, and Bobby Abreu, an excellent player now with the Angels.
Well, Cabrera, so he got a 1-year contract with the Royals. He's going to get a bigger one. Swing and a miss. So Cabrera strikes out. 6 strikeouts. Well, do your part to help the late great Bill King in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Visit Facebook.com/baseballhall and vote for Bill, who broadcast today's games for 25 seasons, to be this year's recipient of the Ford C. Frick Award. The 75 candidates on the ballot this year, including my partner Ray Fosse. The top 3 fan selections from votes tallied at the site will appear on the final 10-name ballot for the award. Vote for Bill early and often. Voting concludes September 30th. You're on the ballot, Ray.
How did I get on that ballot?
On the ballot. It's a start, right?
Well, we'd love to get Bill King in there for sure. He definitely deserves it.
Yes, he does.
Great announcer in 3 major sports: the Raiders, the Warriors, and of course the Athletics. And remarkably, Bill King at one time would announce all 3. The overlapping of football, baseball, basketball. He'd be running all over the place. But
he can pull it off.
Nobody better than Bill King. Felt still sitting next to him in the radio booth and putting my lineup in, and I hear him talking, and I think, you know, he's reading this. He's looking straight at it. I mean, just a vocabulary that is unbelievable and just tremendous knowledge.
Left field, it's deep, and it is gone. Billy Butler, 17th home run, and we're tied at 4.
There's a changeup that doesn't do much. He's going for the strikeout with the 2 strikes on Butler. And Butler, who swung at a 3-1 changeup in the dirt his first at bat, then singled to right field on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Very powerful 17th home run. Look where this changeup goes, right into his wheelhouse. The weight shift with the leg back, gets the front foot down, and I'd say Kevin Seitzer is very happy to be the hitting coach of his former team that he played for, and now, of course, he coached for the Royals.
3rd most RBIs since the All-Star break. Billy Butler.
Well, unfortunately, when Rich Harden throws a changeup, not like that, but he throws a good one and it's breaking down. I mean, but that's the hit and miss. He gave up 2 home runs to Jack Hanahan in his last start in Cleveland, both coming on changeups.
It's almost like out of every 5 he throws, 4 are really good, and 1 sits up there a little bit, and you just hope it doesn't get hit. Fortunately, this time it did by Butler. Fastball on 1-2. So that is 7 strikeouts now.
Lefties, 4 home runs. Hitting buck 83 or 93. 83. What is that, 8 or 9?
Jeff Francoeur.
193. What is it? 8 or 9?
193. You are right on.
8 and 9 running together there. Got to get that font a little bigger. But it really doesn't matter if his changeup is working. It could be lefty, righty. It doesn't matter who he's facing. If it's going down sharply, it's unhittable.
Francoeur had a 2-run single in that first inning.
Well, it's having about 4 guys with going to exceed 40 doubles this season. That's something also for a club to have the power, the doubles, and the offense that you mentioned, and Francoeur right in the middle of it.
Francoeur is 44. It's the most in the league. Gordon has 41. Cabrera has 39. Butler has 38. And I think as the years go on, Hosmer is going to have a lot of doubles too. 95 swing and a miss. That is 8 strikeouts for Rich Harden, but he gives up the home run to Butler. We're tied at 4. Jared from Windsor asked, do you guys have a part in the movie Moneyball? I don't know. Haven't seen it yet. The premiere is September 19th. Wait to see. Cliff Pennington to lead it off, followed by Matsui and Willingham here in the third. 4-4. 4 runs, 5 hits for Kansas City. 4 runs, 2 hits.
It's amazing what happens in day baseball here at the Coliseum when the ball's hitting the air. At least you feel like you have a chance. If you hit it well enough. Of course, at times at nighttime with the heavy air, it knocks the ball down. Butlers didn't need any help. Sizemore is hitting off the top of the fence. Might have been hit a little bit by the nice, beautiful, sunny day.
So we talk about it a lot. We figure Sizemore's ball hit at night. It's probably warning track. Would you agree with that?
Exactly. Especially straightaway center field.
Givatella takes care of Pennington for out number 1.
Still go back to Frank Thomas's first year in 06 when he crushed a ball. He's Cadillacing. Made it to second. He didn't even make it out.
That was early in the year.
Yeah. So it's might have been the first game but that he played here. But it just nighttime it just does not carry. The A's are playing their 3rd consecutive day game. They'll have a night game tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch. Of course, can't come out right here on Comcast Sportsnet California, you can enjoy a game in high definition. And then Wednesday afternoon, series finale. So there's 4 or 5 games in the daytime.
Matsui hit a fly ball to center field in the first inning. Quite a bit of day baseball today. Just one night game in the American League. That'll be the Mariners at the Angels. Skins against Heron. The Angels have a chance to pick up a game because the Rays beat Texas 5-1 down in Florida.
How about the game? 11-10, New York hosting the Orioles and beat them. And in the 11th inning at Toronto, Boston and the Blue Jays are scoreless. So,
well, you know what? We were watching that game on the monitor, and the Blue Jays had the bases loaded and nobody out in the 10th inning, and I turned away, and the inning was over, and I have no idea how they did not score, but that was in the bottom of the 10th, and now it's the bottom of the 11th. The Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Side note from that game, though, Ray, was that Josh Beckett, who's having a very fine season, left in the 2nd inning. I don't know exactly what the injury was. We'll find out.
And just a walk-off right now in Toronto.
The Jays winning.
Another game picked up by the Yankees. Last game Rich Harden started against the Yankees. Robinson Cano, one of the 3 grand slams, and he hit one today, I understand. He hit one. Cano, don't you know?
Brett Lawrie in the bottom of the 11th inning, a solo home run to win it.
He didn't get excited, did he?
You know what? I'm all right with him getting excited. I have no problem with that. He's got a chance to be a star.
Dan Wheeler gave it up. Red Sox reliever. I mean, if you go 11 innings, scoreless game between 2 very good hitting teams, that's pretty good pitching.
Willingham goes around on the 1-2 pitch, and it's called by the home plate umpire Jerry Lane, so he decided that did not need any help.
And Josh is not one to argue. He holds the bat as he started and went out and then brought it back, and Lane thought he'd already seen it. In that position, that's when Lane called it. He had not swung, but it always seems to be better to defer to the first or third base umpire.
BI tells us that Beckett left with a sprained ankle, but it was early in that game. I think it was the 2nd or 3rd inning, 4th inning. To the backstop, so Matsui will trot to second.
Catcher Perez blocked the ball with the runner at third, this time with the runner at first, not able to do it. But when he blocked the ball, it didn't matter because Sizemore hit the 3-run home run with Ryan Sweeney at third base.
So now DeJesus, a chance to give the A's the lead. Fastball on the outside corner, first drive. DeJesus popped out to third in the 2nd inning. Well, the walks hurt Paulino in the 2nd inning big time. He got the first 2 outs, and then he walked Allen and Sweeney, and the A's scored 4 times. And so really, it was a broken back signal by Suzuki, but he walked 2 guys before that.
Well, it could have been with Brandon Allen taking the 3-2 fastball that was clearly out of the strike zone. That started, put him in the stretch, and At that point, he really couldn't do much. Walk, single, home run.
Outfield playing shallow, and remember, they got the very good arms. And Matsui does not run that well. So if there's a hit to the outfield, we may have action.
Well, and this is all the more reason when you're at second base and 2 outs and you know shortstop and second baseman not even going to think about holding you on. Your lead can be very, very large, and your momentum could carry you halfway to third base by the time the pitch is delivered. Catchers don't try to throw behind base runners, especially in this situation.
Up and in to Jesus, 3-2. .65 pitches for Felipe Paulino. He went with a breaking ball on 3-2, and it was a pretty good pitch. So Jesus strikes out. The A's strand a runner, and we're headed to the fourth. We're all tied after that. Giavotella and Perez. How do you explain Rich Harden's start? He's given up 4 runs on 5 hits in 3 innings. He's got 8 strikeouts.
And the infielders and outfielders saying, let us help. Because there's just been a fly ball to Brandon Allen. Pop up. He was in the second inning leading off. Other than that, strikeouts.
Good pitch there. Salvador Perez hit a pop-up to Sizemore. That's the only non-strikeout out. That one sliced to left field. Willingham, in order to cut it off, backhands it. Moustakas will make the turn and stay at first.
Friday, September the 16th, Star Wars music will accompany the post-game fireworks show presented by Kelly Moore Paints. Get an exclusive A's Star Wars t-shirt by purchasing a field level ticket online using the coupon code JEDI. JEDI For each ticket purchased using this special code will include an equal number of T-shirt redemption vouchers for pickup at the game. $1 from every Jedi Field level ticket sold will be donated to Stand Up to Cancer. For tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/Star Wars. That's a lot of verbiage.
Yeah, you did good, though.
Jedi. Turn of the Jedi.
One of your better reads, I thought.
Meanwhile,
not that you care.
Josh Willingham made a great play to keep Moustakas at first base. Like a double slicing down the line, but Willingham hustled and a strong throw back, and it's a double play in order.
Giavotella struck out in the first. Leadoff single by Moustakas. So 6 hits now for the Royals. Hit to center. Sweeney's getting back, and he's going to settle underneath it, and he makes the catch. So that's out number 1 here in the 4th, and that'll bring up Salvador Perez.
Now batting, number 13, Salvador Perez.
Rich Harden 65 pitches now after 27 in the first inning. So he has settled down.
Perez bounces one foul. Eddie Rodriguez, the third base coach for the Royals. And it's 0-2. Perez started at AA this year, went to AAA, and now in the big leagues. So in the big leagues at the age of 21.
And if you can catch, you got a manager as a former catcher who appreciates what you can do behind the plate. Young Escobar at shortstop.
Well, according to the media guide, Ray, baseball magazines say he is the best defensive catcher in the minor leagues in 2009, 2010. So he must be able to catch a little bit.
Seen him already do a good job blocking balls that hurt.
Of August, his first major league home run. It's Salvador Perez in Detroit.
America Park, and good size, and he's got some pop.
A liner just off the glove of Weeks, and he slowed it down just a little bit, and actually that's going to allow Moustakas to go to third. A terrific effort by Weeks. It was just a shot, and it just tipped off his glove and rolled into shallow center.
Actually, that might have been a double. Might have scored a run because it was heading towards right center and slicing. And Jamal Wicks came very close to making a tremendous play and even turning a double play. And instead, Moustakas, who was still at first base, moves over to third. So the A's still have a chance with a ground ball to get out of the inning thing, turn the double play. Although Rich Harden not throwing a lot of ground ball outs, but getting the strikeouts.
Escobar struck out in his first at bat. Alcides Escobar, part of the Zach Greinke trade from Milwaukee.
Just think if Greinke hadn't started the season on the disabled list for that basketball injury.
Yeah, he's having a great season.
And exactly what the Melvin who acquired him had hoped.
Yeah. Well, he may be starting game 1 of a playoff series. In fact, I'm sure he probably will be. Milwaukee is hosting. No, Milwaukee is in St. Louis. So obviously that's a big series, but it's probably the a meaningless series because the Brewers have a 9.5 game lead in that division. Brewers leading St. Louis 2-0. So Milwaukee running away with the Central. Braves and the Phillies tonight will play, and that's a big series in the East. But that's not that close either. That's 7.5. The Phillies lead over Atlanta. Braves could close the lead. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Detroit won again. And they beat Cleveland 4-2 in Cleveland. So Detroit is starting to put their foot down a little bit too in the AL Central. Tigers had a statement series over the weekend where they swept the White Sox, and they finished off the sweep last night with an 18-2 win. So you sweep the White Sox, and then you go to Cleveland and you win game 1 there. 7.5 game lead for Detroit. But, and did he pull the bat back in time? I believe he did, as Moustakas scrambled back to third. So maybe a safety squeeze. I don't know.
I think exactly what it was, because Moustakas was not running down the line. He definitely pulled the bat back. Pitcher was down.
(3-1) is fouled to the right side. Well, now Harden. You'd love the double play. Strikeout wouldn't be bad either. 75 pitches now into the 4th inning. 27 of those coming in the 1st inning by Harden.
8 strikeouts going to get your pitch count up, especially if you go deep in the count. I would say Perez is going to be running. Maybe we'll see if he tries to stay out of 2 by running. Nope.
Swing and a miss. He gets the strikeout.
That's why Rich Harden can throw the changeup on the 3-2 anywhere close to the plate. Hitter's going to swing at it. This one out of the strike zone, but Escobar going after it. Struck out of the fastball first at bat, and now a changeup on 3-2 and big time in this game. 1st and 3rd.
3rd most strikeouts since the All-Star break in the American League. So now he'll try to get Alex Gordon and get out of the inning. Gordon has struck out twice, both swinging. Nice block by Suzuki. That one way out in front of home plate.
Well, that's why you have to have confidence in your catcher. And Rich Harden and all the pitching staff did exactly that. Whenever they throw the hard change up in the dirt, Kurt Suzuki getting his body in front of it. And that's the key. Square it up so he can keep the ball in front instead of having it go off to the side, allowing both runners to advance.
Gordon lays off, and now it's 3-0. Melky Cabrera is the on-deck hitter. Gordon had a rip. He got a fastball, and he fouled it straight back.
So you're seeing more and more clubs allow their hitters to swing 3-0, and Ned Yost seeing one of his hottest hitters and a good hitter in Alex Gordon. 3-0 count. Figure it's going to throw a fastball, not have to worry about the changeup. Might now, but definitely not 3-0.
Inside corner, strike 2 call.
You know, with Rich Harden, if you're throwing 2 pitches, you got a 50-50 chance of guessing correctly. And how many times do we see guys guess incorrectly? And Gordon, a pretty good location with a fastball inside. Now will he get the changeup? Throw it hard, throw it close, get him to swing and miss. Right now, he's trying to call timeout. And that's to tell him he's going to play halfway. Actually, should turn around and ask the umpire for time before that. You don't want to take a chance for pitcher balking.
Perez will take off, and he does. And Gordon checks his swing. It was the changeup, and it was inside. So the bases are loaded for Cabrera.
That's a pretty disciplined at bat by Gordon, taking the 3-1 fastball. So it's pretty obvious. 3-1, 3-2. He was looking changeup, and as it turned out, he took the 3-2 changeup that just darts inside, a little bit off the plate, enough that Jaron Lane didn't like the call.
You know, it's funny too, right? Alex Gordon, the last 2 years, swings at it.
Yep.
Right? I mean, it's just he's just a
Now batting,
significantly better hitter.
Melky Cabrera.
Well, a smart hitter just to make sure that Rich Harden has struck out 9 batters.
So Cabrera, who has got a single, a run scored, and a strikeout, steps in. And there's a fastball for a strike. Moustakas at third, Perez at second, Gordon at first. Now Harden's got him 0-2. Harden would be a tough guy to be 0-2 against, I would think. Shoots it toward left. Willingham's on the move toward the corner. He's got it side retired. So Harden gets out of the jam, and the Royals leave him loaded. Bottom of the fourth coming up. A's pitcher with 40 strikeouts in a month.
Rich Harden. Well, the most important thing is great to see Rich Harden healthy. Because he is pretty good when he's healthy. In fact, he's very good.
Allen, Sweeney, and Suzuki for the A's here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Felipe Paulino has allowed just a couple of hits. A couple of walks hurt him in the second inning. They both scored. Allen was one of those walks in the second. Bouncer toward Hosmer. He'll flip to Paulino.
Whoa.
Gets there just in time as Allen goes down. Let's hope he's okay.
Paulino almost didn't get there. I think he might have assumed Hosmer's going to take the play himself. Brandon Allen, I don't know if you'd want to be in a collision with him, even though Paulino pretty good size, but Brandon Allen on the move. Hit the front of the bag, which you're supposed to, and then kind of over the bag.
Ryan.
Nice fade by Hosmer, and just barely get in the big guy.
Sweeney takes inside. Sweeney, another one of those walks that scored in the second. No, 3-0. 73 pitches for Paulino, so both the starters pretty high pitch counts. And a 4-pitch walk. Walk number 4 by Paulino. Well, coming up tonight at 10:30, it's Sportsnet Central, brought to you by Hyundai. It's over on our sister station, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Highlights from this game: Raiders getting set for the Broncos. Giants in San Diego after the game. David Andrews, Scott Reese. Kurt Suzuki, a broken bat RBI single in the second inning. Salvador Perez scooped it like a first baseman.
Nice easy backhand of a hard slider.
He almost looked like that's what he wanted to do, and he had it the whole way.
Just the hard slider. Watch the young catcher just put his glove down.
Whoop. That was pretty good.
Probably would prefer to see him move his body, even though, I mean, he knows it's a slider, knows it's going to be to his right. Kind of anticipate and move that direction. You're not going to catch a lot by just putting your glove out the way he did it. Sometimes players, whether the infielder or the catcher, will admit that the ball found my glove. Veteran pitching coach Bob McClure out to visit with his pitcher Paulino. It's one of your former Brew Crew guys.
Bob McClure, yeah.
Bob McClure.
He had the great move to first. He picked guys off when they were standing at first.
You get a little league lead, put on the bag, and still pick you off. I mean, it was good. See, the numbers for Bob McClure as a player and also coaching staff of the Royals.
So 2-0 to Kurt Suzuki. And that's low. 3-0.
Now that's 7 in a row. Finally throws a strike after 7 consecutive thrown out of the strike zone.
When he runs and the pitch is way outside, and it's another walk. 5 walks in the game.
Well, I don't know what Bob McClure told Paulino, but I know talking to Mike Norris, who was here a couple of days ago, had him on pregame show, and he said the great Art Fowler was a pitching coach for Billy Martin, and come out the mound after he walked the guy, and he throws hands up, and he said, "You can't defend the walk." And you can't.
Number 29, stop.
Scott Sizemore, a lucky day for the A's third baseman. Lucky because this ball hit on top of the fence and over the fence for a 3-run home run. Fortunately, enough top spin that it took it out of the park. But if you think of Rich Harden today with 9 strikeouts and Paulino with 5 walks, the defender's not getting much chance to do anything.
Oh, what a play by Giovatelli, and that's a double play.
He barehanded the ball short, didn't he?
You will not see a better double play than the one we just saw. Giovatelli to Escobar to Hosmer. Check it out, folks. Wow.
Hard throw. See if Escobar catches his ball barehanded. He did. That was a bullet that he threw to him also. Wow. A lot of work. Paulino on the mound. Check this out. Giovatelli at second base, a dive, and then throws a bullet to shortstop Escobar, who barehands the ball. That's the amazing part. The dive's great, but this is a hard shot. And Escobar, glove in his left hand, reached down, caught the ball with a bare hand, and on to Hosmer for the double play. That is one. I agree. Wow. We'll not see one made like that very often.
May not see a better one either. Keeps the game tied at 4, top of the 5th inning. Pennington in the hole. Throws and in time to get Billy Butler.
Scott Sizemore, 3-run home run, bidding for another base hit, but Giovatelli just reached up, and it's an amazing thing when you see an infielder that can react as quickly as Escobar did at shortstop. Instead of reaching back with his glove hand, just to put his bare hand down, and fortunately for him, caught the ball in the palm of his hand instead of off the tip of the fingers, which would have done some serious damage. Those look at mine, you can tell what would have happened then. Check the bare hand by Escobar, and then is not able to change the grip of the baseball, obviously enough that he could continue with the double play. He was just explaining it right there. You see him? Couldn't hear him, but he's motioning to his guys.
Hosmer with a shot, right center, base hit. DeJesus over to cut it off.
Young man does not get cheated.
He attacks the ball.
Got more of the goatee instead of the full beard, which he had when we saw him last time. But watch the lift of the leg, gets the foot down. Another high pitch. This one he's able to pull into right center. Hit the double to left center first at bat on a similar high pitch.
Well, the one-out hit for Hosmer. He's got 2. 8 hits now for the Kansas City Royals. Michael Wirtz starting to throw. 92 pitches for Rich Harden.
You throw 85 in 4 innings. You're going to be seeing the clubhouse pretty soon.
There's a strike to Jeff Francoeur. 2-run single and a strikeout for Francoeur.
The thing that Bob Melvin has done so far in this homestand against the Mariners with Moscoso, of course, McCarthy with a complete game on Saturday, a shutout. Yesterday, Trevor Cahill going just 5 innings, but he has a rested bullpen. But no doubt with Moscoso and with Gio Gonzalez on Thursday in Cleveland, allowing them and almost in a sense kind of forcing them to pitch the 7th inning. Get the pitch count up a little bit higher, and I think in the future you might see, and assuming that Bob Melvin's going to be back in the post as a manager, he's going to see the guys extend their pitch counts even beyond what everybody gets concerned about at the 100 pitch mark. Ask them to take it to that next level, and they're good enough to do it, especially if their game's on the line.
In the dirt, blocked by Suzuki. 2-2 the count. Stakis in the on-deck circle. Francoeur, a big rip. That 2-year extension for Francoeur covers 2012 and 2013. Signed that on the 18th of August. His contract that he signed in the offseason was a 1-year deal with the Royals, and it was a club option for 2012. Well, with the extension, that club option was just wiped off, and 2 more years. So he's going to be a Royal for a little while. Swing and a miss. Runner going. Throw to second base is in time as Hosmer slid past the bag. Weeks stayed with it. And it's a strike him out, throw him out, double play. The dugout, see how Rich Harden's doing.
98 pitches. I think he's probably finished. Michael Wirtz was up, so at least gets through 5. See if his A's can score a run or more. And be like Trevor Cahill yesterday, going 5 innings, picking up his 10th win of the season.
They have the top of the order, Weeks, Pennington, and Matsui.
Jamal Weeks learned, because 3 times this year he has slid past second base and been called out. And we will see if Jerry Lane called catchers or batters interference.
I think he did.
Yeah. And it should have been, because Vancourt swinging at the changeup fell across the plate. So if he did not, he should have, because it was interference. Not surprising as the hitter swings at a changeup and falls across the plate on a.
And Weeks slices one into the left field corner. Gordon picks it up, and Weeks has a leadoff double.
A nice defensive play at second to end the top of the 5th inning. And watch the catcher, and there is Francoeur, the hitter, going across the plate. And that is batter's interference. Watch Jerry Lane, and he's calling. Well, they put his hand up for strike 3.
Now batting, shortstop, number 2.
It was out either way as Hosmer slid past the bag with his momentum. He slid late and could not grab the bag quickly enough with his hand. He was going to be safe had he stayed at second, but would have been out anyway on the interference. Jamal Weeks, very good hitting on a fastball away from him, taking it to left field.
So the A's with a great opportunity to grab the lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Rolls it past Ty Waller.
But a pitch away from Jamal Weeks, and this is where he has really developed into an outstanding player. He takes what he's been given, and pitch away from him, does not try to pull it. And I think more and more he's realizing his best game is going to be getting on base, utilizing his speed, and if a home run happens, he'll be happy. He'll get the silent treatment when he finally does hit one. But just let his big brother Ricky hit the home runs for the Brewers, and Jamal can make his name doing what he does best. He plays defense and steals bases, doubles and triples. Exciting young player.
So 3-1 to Pennington. Another walk. 6 walks by Paulino, and now there's 2 on and nobody out. Here's the AT&T trivia answer. Rich Harden finished August with 42 strikeouts. That was the 5th most in the American League. Who was the last A's pitcher with 40 strikeouts in a month? Indeed, it was Rich Harden. In June of 2008, he had 42 strikeouts.
Nice guess. No clue. But I know he's a strikeout pitcher. When he's healthy, he's a very good strikeout pitcher.
So action now for the Kansas City Royals. Everett Teaford starts to throw, the left-hander. Well, Paulino is not helping himself at all with the 6 strikeouts. 6 walks. He's got 3 strikeouts.
Number 55, Hideki Matsui.
And Matsui steps in. A fly ball to center and a walk for Matsui so far in the game. Fouls the first pitch over toward the 8th dugout.
Good at bat by Cliff Pennington, but again, sometimes it's not necessarily a bad thing by a pitcher to walk a batter with the runner at second base. He's trying to advance him to third base, but Pennington draws the walk, so first and second, you have a hitter who's not going to be bunting. The A's hope that Matsui does what he has been doing, and that's swinging the bat well and gets a hit, drives in a run.
This one off his foot, so it's 0-2.
Just looking at the defensive alignment by the Royals. Speed on the bases as Matsui slams the ball off his right foot. Moustakas is the third baseman playing way off the line. Look where he's playing. Look how far he'd have to go if Weeks decides to run. And Perez might be good, but throw it to a moving target is dangerous. I think this is a time you could forget about being a left-handed hitter.
Escobar, the shortstop, playing pretty much right behind Weeks. Will creep in, try to keep Weeks close.
I think that's the only thing that is keeping Jamal Weeks from running. And also maybe the left-handed hitter allows the catcher to have a better view to third base. Boy, he's a long way from third, Moustakas is.
Matsui lost one down the right field line. Hosmer is not going to be able to get it in foul territory.
That would advance both runners because both Pennington and Weeks were tagging. And with Hosmer, if he had made the catch, his momentum would have taken him down towards the bullpen before he could have turned around and get rid of him. Good effort, long run. Blow him out, just ran out of room.
Long look in by Paulino, still looking. And it squirts away from Perez, and the runners will end up moving up. Now Matsui is in a great spot. 2-2 the count.
A lot of movement on the breaking pitch, and Perez attempting to block it conventionally, and nothing wrong with that, just a lot of movement on the slider.
Well, the middle infielders are playing back. Core infielders even with the bag. Swing and a miss. Oh, a big strikeout for Paulino. It's his fourth in the ball game.
Boy, a hard sinker, 90 miles per hour. Watch this ball just take off down and away. And Matsui will normally take the outside pitch and hit it to left field. Just no chance for that one.
Well, considering the circumstances, that may be the best pitch Paulino's thrown all day.
You factoring in the wildness too, right?
That one bounced into left field, the base hit. Weeks scores. Pennington will stop at third, and the A's take the lead 5-4.
Now there's your pick-me-up, and Hideki Matsui heading back to the dugout. Pick me up, Josh Willingham, and he does. And looks like there's going to be a new pitcher, but meanwhile, first pitch hitting with the infield in, and there's that 5.5 hole between short and third. Hit perfectly by Josh Willingham.
So the A's A's take the lead, and Paulino is finished. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Live sports, and by Chevrolet. Go to ChevyBaseball.com to support youth baseball and help make a moment kids will never forget.
Felipe Paulino knocked out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It was 4 hits, 5 runs, 6 walks.
What did he say? I just gave up 4 hits, but he also walked the 6, and that's what's gotten him in trouble.
Lefty Everett T-Ford comes in for his 23rd appearance. He's been up and down between AAA Omaha and the big leagues. His 3rd stint with the Royals this year.
And he's done well against lefties, and that's why he's brought in this situation with 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Trying to get the former Royal of 6+ years, David DeJesus. And if David's ever attempting to hit a ball to the opposite field, this would be it, with the gap on the left side of the infield. Fastball, curveball, changeup. T-Ford throws. It's for DeJesus, getting the runner in from 3rd and less than 2 outs.
So the average in the American League, 56% as far as getting the runner in from 3rd with less than 2 outs.
That's not good. That is not good. To me, it's got to be. It should be 75%. I mean, you should do that.
And this one's hit well, and Gordon's going to go back right in front of the wall. He makes the catch. So Pennington trots in to score, and the A's have scored twice here in the 5th inning.
I just believe that if you're a good hitter and you've got a runner in 3rd and less than 2 outs, you should find a way. And doing it half the time, to me, is just not that.
Well, that's the average.
I know it is. That's what I'm saying, but it just really shows you that the hitters aren't that efficient in doing it. I mean, it just.
And I would guess the National League number is probably somewhere in the same area.
But I would have to venture to say that there are teams that are better.
Yeah.
That brings the average down.
Definitely, you're right there.
But I still think that, I mean, just the proper approach, and DeJesus did it there. Your left-handed hitter, the last thing you want to do is try to pull the ball. So the front shoulder, whether it's lefty or righty, keep the front shoulder closed where it allows you to hit the ball straight away center or to the opposite field, the biggest part of the park. When you get a little bit anxious and you roll over, you hit the ground ball, times a double play, or you just don't get the job done. DeJesus did it perfectly, so 3 of the 6 walks about Paulino come in to score.
(1-0) to Brandon Allen. There's a strike. 1-1.
Look at DeJesus with a count of 2-0. It's really, you have to be disciplined enough to say, okay, 2-0, I can look for a pitch and try to really pull it. and maybe do more than what the Jesus did in hitting the ball to the opposite field.
Brandon Allen walked and scored in the second and then grounded out in the fourth. Swing and a miss.
He should be thinking left field also. It looks like Tiefer wants to stay away from the left-handed hitters and see if Brandon Allen makes an adjustment, which we have seen him do, where he's opened up against the lefty, but then takes the time and shoots it to the opposite field.
Infield shifted on the left side of the diamond. Escobar and Moustakas both over to their left. Two, and that's drilled to right at Francoeur. A line shot. Allen hit it on the button. They score a pair. They do it with a couple of hits and a walk, and they lead 6-4. By USAA, proudly serving the financial needs of the military, veterans, and their families. A's 6 and the Royals 4. It's the top of the 6th inning. Beautiful day. Hope you're enjoying your Labor Day. It's time for change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. It's your oil change, tune-up, and smog expert. So Michael Wirtz takes over here in the 6th inning. So Rich Harden goes 5 innings. And right now he's the winning pitcher. A little work to be done by this A's bullpen, though.
But they did it yesterday, and again with a well-rested bullpen, and 83 pitches for Trevor Cahill yesterday. And I asked him after the game because we were a little bit worried that maybe he had come out early, and he simply said it was just because he'd thrown a lot of pitches the previous game, a little bit more stressed, and I think with a rested bullpen, they turned it over to them. They did a great job and trying to do it again today.
It'll be Moustakas, Giovitella, and Perez, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters against Michael Wirtz. So it's good to see Michael Wirtz back in the bullpen. A's will have a decision on Michael Wirtz. There's a club option on his contract for next year. So have to decide whether they want to bring the veteran right-hander back.
We're going to see similar pitches from Michael Wirtz he saw from Rich Harden, in the sense of his slider acts like a splitter. goes straight down, just like Rich Harden's changeup goes straight down. You know, Bob Melvin said to his team, and I think Michael Wirtz fits right in there as well as any of the veterans who are free agents or potential, that the month of September is very important. As the scouts are watching, Rich Harden, the numbers.
Now batting.
10 strikeouts in 5 innings. It's impressive. That is impressive.
So Johnny Giavotella, who has a strikeout and a fly ball to center field. Outside corner strike.
Cap, we see scouts who will come up and get all the notes, the stats, press box area, and you see more and more. And you wonder, you got Kansas City and Oakland, the team going to postseason, and you ask scouts, what are you doing? We're looking at potential free agents. And all clubs are doing that as the month of September being played. So regardless of whether you're getting ready for postseason, you have the scouts that are watching those players, but also guys who potentially could be free agents, teams that are looking for certain players.
In for a strike. 1-2. Giavotella. Swing and a miss. There's the Michael Wirtz slider. Giavotella strikes out for the second time. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning.
Got a changeup from Rich Harden in the first inning and a hard slider slash splitter here in the 6th. Kids saying school's starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got my cotton candy today.
Yeah, I better get as much as I can. Here's Salvador Perez. Perez had a line single in the 4th inning off Weeks' glove. Sizemore waits for the hop. Throws. Allen digs it out. That's a tough play, and Brandon Allen took care of it. 3 up, 3 down inning for Michael Wirtz. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Coors Light Freeze Can. Coors Light Freeze Can is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer. 6-4, the A's lead. Brandon Allen has been good at first. And watch this play.
Well, it's in the dirt. Boy, you're just holding your breath. But Brandon Allen going and bringing the glove up. Did not go in the all-out splits, the stretch, but excellent hands. Sizemore saying, thank you. That just saved me an error and maybe a runner all the way to third base.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Athletics.
So to be Sweeney, Suzuki, and Sizemore here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Sweeney.
Royals scored 3 in the first inning. A's came back with 4 in the second. Royals tied it at 4 in the third, and then the A's scored 2 in the bottom of the 5th. Tiford, the left-hander, is back to work. Sweeney with a couple of walks in this game. He's not had a great deal of at-bats against left-handers this year. He's getting one here against Tiford. Toward the left field corner. Into the corner goes Gordon, and about a step into foul territory. He makes a nice catch.
Now the A's have teamed up with Wells Fargo to support our local schools. Bring your new school supply donation worth $5 or more to Friday home games, and you'll get a 2-for-1 field level ticket voucher. Wells Fargo and Oakland A's school supply drive at every Friday home game this season through mid-September, teaming up to make a difference. I think that means we'll have one more.
Yeah.
Next homestand. In fact, that will be the final Friday game of the season. Is that correct?
Yep.
It's approaching against the Tigers.
So that final homestand is a 10-game homestand, and that'll start a week from tonight. The Angels in town. It'll be the Angels, the Tigers, and the Rangers. How about that? 3 teams battling for the postseason.
One of them's a lock, and that's the Tigers. I would think after
so.
what happened today, and not count out a team with about 22 games remaining.
Shallow right center. Cabrera on the run, and he makes a nice running catch.
One guy the A's will not see, a very good player, and unfortunately for the Tigers, he will be out for the season. Brendan Bosch, who in that game last night injured his thumb. He's going to have surgery and miss the remainder of the season.
Now batting.
A Cal product.
29.
And I know he's always looking forward to coming out to the Bay Area.
Well, that's disappointing for a young player like that. It certainly looks like his team is headed to the postseason.
Yeah. He has been a star for Jim Lila. Reports about that weekend series, the White Sox, the Tigers, and Tigers a big come from behind win. I think they were down about 8-2, and the player said all Jim Lila kept saying on the bench, just go one at a time, come back and beat these guys. Rayburn gets a 2-run home run, ties it, and then Cabrera with a walk-off, and I mean, and then Jim Leland speaks. I think you're going to listen. You'll find a way to at least pay attention to what he's talking about.
So 3-1 to Sizemore. Well, the Tigers last time in the postseason was when they beat the A's in the American League Championship Series in '06. But remember, Detroit also a couple years ago had a 3-game lead with 4 games to play and did not make the postseason. So
had the playoff game.
Yeah, and then they lost that. So they're not writing this thing down just yet. Broken bat grounder to third.
He says
and that will do it. So Everett Tivert has a 3-up, 3-down, bottom of the 6th, and we are headed to the 7th. 6-4 Athletics. train through the Redwood Forest with the beat train to Santa Cruz. Roaring Camp is the ride of a lifetime. RoaringCamp.com. 6-4, the A's lead. It is the 7th inning from the O.Co Coliseum.
Leading off the top of the 7th
Port of
inning
Oakland.
for Kansas City.
Busy place.
Yes, it is.
Number 2, Alcides
Monty Moore's grapes. And they are good.
Are they?
Oh, you had some yet?
No, not yet.
Let's try one.
No, I'm
I
good.
bet you can't eat just one.
I'm good. I'm good.
Monty Moore, Porterville, calling this morning. He's out on the golf course. Playing a little golf and probably watching us right now. So, Monty, if you're listening, hello to one of the good guys, Monty Moore.
Wirtz's first pitch is a bit inside to Escobar. He'll be followed by Gordon and Cabrera.
It's an important inning for Michael Wirtz because there are times that relief pitchers will pitch one inning, and to sit down and come back out the next inning is a little bit difficult. So Michael just returning from the disabled list, coming back out for his second inning, at least to start it. Gordon, the left-hander, due up next, and Breslow's warming up probably for him.
There's a shot, base hit left field. So Escobar, after striking out his first 2 at-bats, lines a single to lead off the 7th inning. So Bob Melvin's coming out, and he points the left arm toward the bullpen. So Breslow's coming in when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Every hour from noon until 11 p.m. Visit CashCreek.com for details. Six to 4, the A's leading. His bullpen is trying to get the final 12 outs. They got a little ways to go as Breslow comes in. Wirtz goes an inning plus. Breslow to face Gordon, and the first pitch is a strike.
The A's have the ability of having several lefties in the bullpen. All becomes matchups, and sometimes numbers will dictate who comes in to face certain hitters in the case of lefties. And
swing and a miss. 0-2 to Gordon. Gordon with a couple of strikeouts today. He's having a good season. He will strike out, though. 129 times he has struck out. That fastball just a bit inside. So Escobar led off the inning with the single against Wirtz, and now Breslow in for Wirtz. Melky Cabrera, who is the on-deck hitter, is a switch hitter. Slider drops down in the dirt. Breslow last pitched Thursday in Cleveland. A broken bat pop-up. Pennington's getting out there, and he makes the catch. So Gordon is retired.
Yeah, Breslow did that in Cleveland. Gio Gonzalez going
the game, right?
7 innings, and Breslow finished it out. Broken bat, and there's sometimes this is going to be a very tough play for a shortstop. Fight in the sun. Gordon gets the foot down a little bit late, and there's the bat breaking off, leaving the handle in his hand, and Pennington stayed with it, fought the sun, and got the second out. Or the first out, that is.
So here's Cabrera. It's a big out here because you got the big boys coming up. Butler next. After Butler, it would be Hosmer. We're talking about the season that Cabrera is having. He is third in the league in hits. The only two guys that have more hits than him in the American League are Adrian Gonzalez and Michael Young. That's pretty amazing. Not a guy who's going to walk a whole lot. Runner goes. The pitch is high. Suzuki's throw is just a little bit to the third base side of second base. So Escobar with a stolen base.
But went on first move, and Yost just trying to stay out of a possible double play by starting his runner first. Got a great jump. Suzuki had a pretty good pitch to throw, and just threw the ball to the shortstop side. Pennington had to reach back. It's in case you try to throw to the bag, but like the middle infielders trying to hold the position a little bit longer.
Escobar runs, and the throw is late. Well, Ray, you said it best. Oh boy. he really had a carte blanche of when he wanted to take off.
Yeah, and that's with one out. So it's basically infield's going to play back. Now all Cabrera has to do is make contact, and it's a 1-1 game. Suzuki should not even throw him because he had to hurry his throw, and to the backhand was caught by Sizemore.
And that one is inside, so now it's gone to a full count. Infield is obviously back. They'll give up the run if it's hit on the ground. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. How about that? A huge strikeout for Breslow.
Right, challenged with a fastball after missing with a slider down and in, and Cabrera swung like he thought that maybe the pitch was going to be inside. Watch the hips open. He's got to throw his bat at a pitch that was outside corner. Excellent pitch, excellent location by Breslow, who has Ron Romanek taking a visit out with him now, and his manager Bob Melvin. They seem to like the fact that Breslow can get out right-handers just as easily as lefties, sometimes better.
So Butler steps in. He's got a home run in this game.
Changeup that came back inside from injury chart, and the discussion by Ron Romanek might have been, even though you don't want to think about walking Butler, not intentionally anyway, but left-hander Hosmer is the on-dexter. And you're alternating lefties and righties in this lineup.
First pitch to Butler, driven to center. Sweeney going back, still going back, and that is gone. Butler has tied it. Center field, 2-run shot. So a big day for Billy Butler, and he really hurts the A's here in the 7th.
Well, that 92 mile an hour fastball, location miss. Supposed to be outside. It was down and in. And if it's outside, then it's a different story. But again, Butler does not need a lot of help to drive a ball out of the park. This one to right center field, and really a no-doubter. And you just have to wonder what the conversation was about with Ron Romanek going out to visit with his battery.
One and one now to Hosmer, who's got a single, a double, an RBI, and a run scored in the game.
You know, the conversation might have been set up outside. If you miss, don't worry about it. And Breslow just overthrew the ball. Unlike the strikeout pitch to Cabrera, it stayed down and in. Cabrera's is on the outside corner.
Well, Breslow, that's just the 4th home run he's given up this year. Chopper right side. Weeks charges, flips to first just in time. Hosmer runs well, but Billy Butler with a 2-run homer here in the top of the 7th inning has tied up this game at 6-6. So 7th inning stretch, and in special recognition of the military, USAA now presents the singing of God Bless America.
With Dan Runowitz, his organist.
A's will have the top of their order. Weeks, Bennington, and Matsui. Everett Tiford has retired all 5 hitters that he has faced in this game. He came in the 5th, gave up the sacrifice fly to DeJesus, and that knocked in the A's 6th run. Got Allen and then retired the side in order in the 6th. So he's doing what you're supposed to do as kind of your long man, I guess you could say.
Become a long man and now setup, or kind of the bridge between the middle guy, setup guy. Maybe we'll see if it's a little bit different now. The score's tied. He came in. The A's leading by a run, then made it 2 with a sac fly. So he becomes the pitcher of record. Paulino and Hart, no decisions today.
Francoeur to his left, he's got it.
Come to the Coliseum Sunday, September the 18th for Moneyball Day with the A's. Purchase a field level ticket with a special code. Get a pass to see the upcoming feature film at participating theaters. Also, 10,000 fans will receive a Moneyball t-shirt presented by Pepsi Max. For more information and tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/Moneyball. So, Billy ball, Moneyball.
Yeah.
Small ball, big ball.
Hard ball. Pennington on the ground. Moustakas was playing in, so he handles it. And that's the second out here in the bottom of the 7th. So 7 in a row retired by Tiford, and he's done it on just 28 pitches.
Well, unfortunately, we've said often that if you go 5 innings, you're depending on 12 outs. It's hard.
Yeah, especially if it's a 4-3 game or 4-4 something tight.
Yesterday, the A's, a similar situation with Trevor Cahill. They were able to accomplish that. Mix and match the guys in the bullpen. Jordan did a great job. He struck out 10 in 5 innings, and especially throwing the 27 pitches, which he did in the first inning. He came out throwing a great changeup, mixing the fastballs. A very good job.
Slider, a high strike called by home plate umpire Jerry Lane. Tiford kicks in the 1-2 pitch. Bounced over the mound, but Escobar was playing that way. He throws a little wide, but Hosmer stays in the bag, and Tiford retires the side in order in the 7th. by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is back for only $3.99 plus tax. It's at participating restaurants. Top of the 8th. We're all tied at 6. The A's and Royals. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. It's your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. So Brian Fuentes comes in. He'll face Francoeur, Moustakis, and Giovotella. First pitch by Fuentes is way outside. Francoeur skies one to shallow right. Jesus waits for it to come down. He's got it. Go out number 1.
And the A's have their bullpen set up with Balfour warming up in the pen. He's trying to keep it a tie game for the coming chance either in the 8th inning or the 9th to take the lead.
Mike Moustakis.
Bob Melvin has said he would use the guys who have been in the bullpen. There have been some call-ups, some extra guys in the pen, but he's going to stick with the veterans, and he's done that today. Michael Wirtz back off the disabled list, Breslow, and now Fuentes with Balfour warming up. It's Neil Wagner. Yes, my apologies. Has the same delivery. I just thought about the delivery. Looked just like Balfour going right over the top. But Wagner with the mid-90s fastball.
One and one to Mike Moustakis, who's 1 for 3 in the game. Moustakis had good power numbers in the minor leagues and certainly expects to hit for power at the big league level. Just 1 home run so far this year. He had 270 at bats now.
He did not have the same success that Hosmer had when he first came up, and I think they were kind of expecting the same. Eric Hosmer kind of set the bar a little bit higher.
Yeah, that's a good call. Good pitch, strike 3 call right on the outside corner. So 2 outs here in the top of the 8th.
Well, you could hear Jerry Lane all the way up here. We saw a late call from him, but the sound, everybody knew down near the home plate area that it was strike 3 call. Perfectly thrown by Brian Fuentes.
A's pitchers with 13 strikeouts today. There's a ball loose out in right field. De Jesus retrieves it. So here's Giovotella. And he swings at the first pitch, pops it up. Weeks takes care of it, so Brian Fuentes has a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up, but it'll be Willingham, De Jesus, and Allen. 6-6 game. Here's a game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 6-10-0 for the Royals, 6-4-0 for the A's. Billy Butler, a big day. Scott Sizemore, a 3-run homer. Rich Harden, lots of strikeouts. But he also gave up 8 hits and 4 runs in 5 innings and threw 98 pitches. So a little bit of a mixed bag for Rich Harden. Bottom of the 8th inning. When it's time for change, think Speedy, oil change, and tune-up. Oil change, tune-up, and Spog experts. Greg Holland comes in. He's having a very fine season. Good numbers all across the board. Look at the hits and walks. Add them up. And they still don't match the innings pitched. When a reliever does that, that's very, very good.
Strikeouts up.
Strikeouts over an innings pitch. So Greg Holland and his terrific numbers will pitch the bottom of the 8th inning.
Another power arm out of the bullpen for Ned Yost, and Bob McClure, mid-90s with his fastball. Also curveball, slider, and changeup that he will feature. But Tiefert, an excellent job. 2 2/3 innings, did not allow a base runner. Gave a sac fly to Deki Matsui, but the left-hander, who also tops out in the mid-90s with a fastball, finishes 2 2/3, all zeros.
Well, the Royals have a whole host of rookies in their bullpen, and they've done a pretty good job this year. Holland is one of them. Aaron Crow is a rookie, and he was an all-star this year. So they may have something working for the future with their bullpen. Holland is not a big guy. He's 5'10", 195 pounds. And only 25 years old. So 3-1 to Willingham. He's looking for base runners. And that's just a bit low, and it's a leadoff walk.
First base runner since Willingham was on base in the 5th inning.
Now batting, right fielder, number 12, David DeJesus.
Looks like we're going to get a pinch runner. It's going to be Michael Taylor who's going to run for Willingham.
Sprint out there. Sprint. Get loose.
Intimidate him with your speed.
Remember Rex Hudler, never forget that when he told Eric Burns, he said, when you're called on the pinch run, you sprint out of the dugout. First of all, you're getting loose and you're showing everybody you're looking forward to running. Does a lot. I mean, you're sitting on the bench, and you're called on to pinch run. Well, that's a good time to stretch it out.
Sure.
Running to first base, especially the Coliseum, it's a road trip from the dugout to first base.
DeJesus bunts. Hosmer picks it up, takes a glance at second. He'll go to first. So DeJesus does his job. He had a sac fly in the 5th. He's got a sac bunt here in the 8th.
It almost looked like Taylor was running on the pitch, as it actually was a sacrifice. Taylor, no, he just got a good jump, and once he saw the ball on the ground.
So what happens, Ray, if that is that the pitcher standing in the baseline?
Yeah, that's right. Run over it.
If he's got to be interference.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
he almost
made contact
with the runner. Yeah.
You make contact as Holland came over.
So he's right in the baseline.
Yep. And actually, had he made contact to Jesus, it would have prohibited him from running full out to first base. It could have been interference.
So a chance to take the lead here. Brandon Allen is 0 for 2 with a walk, and he scored a run. Pickoff at second, and Taylor just gets back. So Perez comes up throwing.
Taylor trying to get a big lead off second base. He did, but he didn't. Maybe didn't realize the shortstop was playing right behind the bag, playing Allen to pull. Slight shift. So he was there to take the throw.
There's a fastball right there on 2-0. Not sure what Brandon Allen would be looking for outside of what he just got. 2-0.
Well, you look for it whether you get it or not. If you do get it, then you're ready to hit it. That either the 2-0, 3-0 fastball might be your best pitch.
Now 2-2. Well, especially with the go-ahead run at second base.
Might have been a split finger fastball that they throw him after he took the 2-0 fastball. Might get another one here.
Sweeney is in the on-deck circle. And Allen trying to come through. And he swings and misses. Throw to first to finish the out there. So the pitch that Allen took was the best one he had to hit.
Came right back with another split finger fastball. Back-to-back splitters in the dirt.
So with Sweeney coming up, we have a big meeting at the mound. Sweeney, a left-handed hitter. Kurt Suzuki, the on-deck hitter, is a right-handed hitter. Sweeney has walked twice and hit a fly ball to left field into foul territory. That was in the sixth.
Center fielder, number 15, Ryan Sweeney.
Well, they're going to pitch to Kurt Suzuki.
Yeah.
I was watching Bob McCrory. Remember the Don Mattingly? It happened with the started off the mound and then walked back. Well, as McClure was leaving the mound, he actually had a couple of his infielders start asking questions, but he kept walking.
Got to keep walking.
He walked and turned around as he kept walking. And then as he got there, Osborne asked him another question. He kept walking anyway. So it's pretty smart on his part to not kind of stop and say, "What'd you say?" and start heading back to the mound. And
yeah, I guess if you get off the dirt and then you go back on the dirt, I guess that's the rule. That would be a second visit. Don Mattingly won't do it again. I guarantee that.
It took Bruce Bochy to catch him on it. Call him.
So there's the walk.
Now batting, the catcher, number 8.
Well, the discussion was, unlike, again, we don't know what happened with Billy Butler at the plate with Greg Breslow, but in this case, Robert McClure went out. They decided to walk Ryan Sweeney to pitch to Kurt Suzuki. So the A's a walk, sacrifice, K, strikeout, intentional walk, and now looking for a ball hit out of the infield. Now Michael Taylor can get the big lead off second base.
Hard breaking ball. So it's 0-1. And remember, we talked about it a couple times. The outfielders, good arm in left, great arm in right. And they're playing shallow.
Kurt Suzuki gets a fastball to hit. He might be lucky, but he has to be ready for it if he does get it. It looks like Holland's going to try to go off speed with him pretty much with everything.
Close pitch, just a bit off the plate. Kurt, RBI single, a walk, and a fly ball to center field. Check swing roller, right side. Hosmer has it, flips to Holland, side retired. Couple of runners stranded, so we're going to head to the 9th inning, and we're going to stay tied at 6. to Boulder, and they will face the Colorado Rockies. A strange scheduling quirk. This is technically not a Pac-12 game. It was scheduled before the Pac-12 was formed. Remember that. Cal, Colorado, only on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Ninth inning, it is a 6-6 game. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Get your oil change tune-up and smog experts. So the closer comes in, Andrew Bailey, trying to keep this a 6-6 game.
Got the save yesterday. Keeps his streak perfect with the post-All-Star game.
Michael Taylor stays in the game. First pitch swinging, bounced into center field, the base hit. Salvador Perez just chopped one. Looked like it picked up speed going through, and that's a leadoff single. You saw Michael Taylor now in left field, Willingham out of the game.
Hit hard in front of home plate. Cut fastball over Andrew Bailey's head.
Running for Perez, number 17, Chris Getz.
Chris Getz is going to pitch for him. So Perez finishes his day 2 for 4. And there's Getz. So Escobar, he's expecting bunt with Sizemore way in on the grass. Interesting, the Royals lead the American League in sacrifices. So they've tried hard to manufacture runs. And Escobar has the most.
He does a good job bringing the bat back if it's a pitch out of the strike zone. Just kind of take the bat around. And that was not a good attempt. That ball running away from him, kind of jabbed at it. It does allow the first and third baseman to charge. A little bit slower later charge by Brandon Allen. Wants to try to hold the runner at first base. Do not want him to get a big enough jump.
Foul back, so now it's decision time for Ned Yost. Do you leave the bunt on, or do you let him swing away? A's infielders will back up a little bit, at least on the corners.
Or do you have him out here at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon working on it?
Reaches for that, stays alive. On deck is Alex Gordon. After Gordon, it's Melky Cabrera. Gets the runner at first is a guy who will run. He's got 20 steals. He's been thrown out 7 times. The Royals steal a lot of bases. This one's looped to right. DeJesus is under it. He's got it. So Escobar does not move the runner.
Goes straight to the end of the dugout, which is exactly what he's going to do, and know that Ned Yost is either making a note or a mental note that he did not accomplish what he needed to do. And that's one of the little things that a ball club does not score a lot of runs. You have to manufacture them, and that's the type that you want to get the sacrifice down. Give yourself up and find a way to advance the runner to second base. So the A's catch a break. Escobar not able to do that. Runner still at first.
This time the runner goes. This one's lined down the right field line. Fair. And the runner was moving, and that's going to hurt the A's. Getz rounds third, and he's going to score easily. So Alex Gordon comes through with the runner moving. It's an RBI double.
Well, the fastball was in, so it indicated it might have been a hit and run because Gordon pulled the hands in with the runner on the move. Maybe he just got a good pitch that he could drive down to the right field corner, and hoping it would hook foul. It did not. Stayed fair, and Yost might have been thinking gets the ability to steal a base, put him in motion, and he happened to hit the ball, which Gordon did. He's going to score easily. Otherwise, try to steal second. Didn't have to.
So 76th RBI for Gordon. So Ray, we talked about the doubles and how the Royals hit a lot of them, and it ends up a double that hurts the A's here in the 9th inning.
Well, that was a straight steal. Getz did not look up until he heard contact, and then found the ball, was able to score easily.
Timeout call. There's a ball loose again in right field.
Closer Soria is getting up. I think that's he got up as soon as the first batter reached base.
There's a strike. So 2-1 to Cabrera, who is 1 for 4. That hit by Gordon, his first hit in the game. He was 0 for 3 with a walk before that big one. Cabrera, line drive, left field, base hit. Here comes Taylor. They're waving home Gordon. Taylor's throw is cut off. Throw to second. Everybody's safe. And it's 8-6 Royals.
Now, the base hit was bad enough, but there was absolutely no chance to throw out Gordon, who read the base hit perfectly. And with the throw coming to the plate, missing the cutoff man, Cabrera is able to get into second base, another runner in scoring position. So Bob Melvin going to the bullpen, not going to leave his closer in there. Bailey did pitch an inning yesterday to get the save, but it's not working out today.
So Bailey gives up 3 hits, a couple runs here in the 9th. Join us tomorrow. The A's continue this 3-game series against the Royals. A couple of lefties. Danny Duffy, Gio Gonzalez is the matchup. Coverage begins at 6:30 with A's pregame live. Complete A's coverage every night on Sportsnet Central and CSNCalifornia.com. The home of the A's is Comcast Sportsnet California. Well, the Royals have taken the lead. The 2 spot here in the 9th, and they're still batting. So Neil Wagner comes in, and he's got to face Butler. After Butler, it's Hosmer with Cabrera at second base. So you're used to Andrew Bailey being so good, but gave up 3 hits and the 2 runs here in the 9th inning.
It threw just 11 pitches, and I think a good move by Bob Melvin once the Royals took the lead. It does enable Bailey to be available tomorrow. If he stays in and throws a lot of pitches today. And course, you bring your closer in and a tie game at home. It gives opportunity for Wagner, who has shown he could pitch at this level with a very good fastball. Mid-90s with the heater, as he showed in Cleveland, making his major league debut.
Yeah, you hate to say it, but the point is okay, you know what? He didn't do his job, and then get him out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
But he did throw 22 pitches yesterday, so you're right. It was the right thing to do.
Yeah, honestly, I don't see it done that often. It's usually kind of
leave him out there.
Leave him in there.
Yeah, you're right.
Ends up throwing too much and makes him unavailable for the next day. So that fastball at about 96, hard hit, knocked the mask off the head of Kurt Suzuki, caught by Jerry Lane.
So another 1-2 to Butler. Look at second. Butler again hanging in there, fouls it. And catch by a fan right in the front row. He stood up, put the glove up, and it was not a problem for that youngster. Butler is homered twice. He is 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored.
We talk about hitters that load up where they'll get themselves ready. Billy Butler, as he showed with the home run he hit off Rich Harden, take the front foot, kind of bring it back and put all the weight on the backside and then let it go. And still very disciplined, similar to then Jose Bautista. Gets everything going, starts his swing, but able to recognize whether it's a strike or not, can hold up his swing.
Butler takes, and now it's a full count. Butler, you can tell he's a good hitter. He waits a long time, but he still has a quick bat. He's not afraid to foul pitches on. I mean, Wagner's throwing hard.
Yeah.
This one, he tomahawks home run distance, but well fouled.
That fan jumped for the ball. As he jumped, the ball was already over his head and gone. Butler turning on a high fastball, going out of the strike zone a little bit. Figure 3-2. He's going to get the heater, and boy, did he. And got the front foot down, the top hand with a high fastball. Powerful young man.
And then he takes the breaking ball outside, and that's a pretty good at bat by Billy Butler. So 2 on, 1 out, and here's Hosmer.
Now batting, number 35, Eric Hosmer.
So Hosmer is 2 for 4 with a single, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. Cabrera, the runner at second, is fast. Butler, the runner at first, is not. Joakim Soria, the closer for the Royals, has been warming up for quite a while now. So now he's just standing and watching. Hosper with that open stance, but closes it up, and this one's bounced down the right field line. Cabrera's going to score. Butler's digging for third. Hosper into second with a double. Hosper's got 3 hits, and the Royals have scored 3 times here in the 9th inning.
And another double.
Another double.
Just inside the line at first base, and
number 21
went down to get it.
Jeff Francoeur.
The front foot down, kept the bat back, and that's the sign of a good hitter. Is able to do that.
So a couple of RBIs for Hosper, a couple of doubles. 65 RBIs for Eric Hosper, and he's done that in 108 games. So now Francoeur hits, infield comes in, outfield straight away. 14 hits now for the Royals to go along with their 9 runs. Swing and a miss. 5 miles an hour, and it's 0-2.
Like when we were in Cleveland playing the Indians hopeful that the Tigers would lose. The Royals were playing the Tigers and had leads going late in the game. Seemed like every time they did, the Tigers found a way to come back.
So Francoeur swings at a pitch up around his eyes, and there's the strikeout. So Francoeur has struck out 3 times today.
They had a big hit in the first inning, a 2-run single in a similar situation, second and third, 1 out. But the ball up the middle to drive in 2 runs, giving the Royals a 3-0 lead. This time, it's not as fortunate.
First pitch to Mike Moustakas is a strike. Moustakas is 1 for 4. 14 strikeouts now for ace pitchers. There's a shot. Weeks can't get it. Right center field. That's going to drive home 2 more. Moustakas digging for second. The throw is there, and he's out. Both runs score. Moustakas with a 2-run single, and it is a 5 spot for the Royals in the top of the 9th. So the Royals with a 5 spot in the top of the 9th, and they lead 11-6. And they brought in the closer Joaquim Soria. First pitch to Sizemore is up and in. When it's time for a change, take Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Figures that Soria was already loose. He's going to come in the game anyway, and might as well see if he can give up 5. Make it 6.
6 and go home. Sizemore had a 3-run homer back in the 2nd inning. Bounced off the top of the center field fence and bounced out. Soria with kind of a high ERA for him, 4.31. Usually pretty good, but this year he has struggled some.
Even lost his closer role moment. A little while anyway, and let's see, he's back in that role. Very good. It's a little bit of a tough time.
Last year, 43 saves and a 1.78 ERA. Swings and misses does Scott Sizemore, and that's out number 1. Brian Pena takes over behind the plate for the Royals. Perez is run for. So 1 out for Jemile Weeks. Weeks is 1 for 4. He doubled and scored in the 5th inning. He got that 2-run 5th inning started with that double. Jerry Lane says, I think it's a strike.
Just like to play at second in the inning. 5 runs and sit out.
He's out. Weeks lays off. Ace Post Game Live is coming up after the ball game. Jim Cosmore and Greg Cataray will break it down. And we'll be back with you tomorrow with Game 2 of this series. Gio Gonzalez, Danny Duffy. Two and 2 to Weeks with Pennington in the on-deck circle. All the day games around baseball are final except for this one.
That's too bad. A lot of times the A's have at least a tie game going to the 9th inning. Either get a chance to score in the bottom half of the 9th or take an extra innings at home. But the Royals have turned the tables this afternoon. C&I base hit up the middle. That's what started for the Royals at the top of the inning.
Well, the A's had the advantage, meaning you can bring your closer in the top of the 9th when it's tied. And they did that, but it just did not work out.
A couple of walks in the 8th inning. Bottom of the 8th inning. Could not take advantage of those against Holland, and he is the pitcher of record.
Well, when it's a tie game after 8 innings, it's not an extra inning game, but it sort of is for the, for the visiting team. It's hard for a visiting team to win games late. But the Royals scored 5 in the 9th inning. Swing and a miss. So Weeks put up a good battle. He strikes out.
Time now for the Fremont Bank plays of the game. I say plays because Big Billy Butler did it twice. Hit a changeup off Rich Harden. A solo home run, and no doubter. Hit him 17 and thought he'd add another one. Straightaway center field on a fastball. Mislocation. Looked like Kurt Suzuki had set up outside. Craig Breslow, the ball ended up down and in. And Billy Butler, a long drive to right center, giving him 2 home runs this afternoon. And those were big ones, especially the 2-run home run that tied it.
Pennington takes stride. Pennington walked and scored in the 5th inning. And the 5th inning is when the A's scored 2 and took the lead 6-4. At that point, we were feeling pretty good because it stayed 6-4 into the 7th inning. But the battle of the bullpens today goes to the Royals. Their bullpen has been very good. In fact, I don't see a hit on the board for the A's. The A's have not had a hit since the 5th inning. That's right. Swing and a miss on 3 pitches. Pennington strikes out, and that's the ball game. So a disappointing loss for the Athletics as the Kansas City Royals score 5 times in the top of the 9th inning, and they defeat the Athletics in Game 1 of this series by a final score of 11-6. So 11-6 your final from the Coliseum. Don't go away. A's postgame live with Jim Cosmore and Greg Cadaret is set to go from the studio.